Donald Trump says he's been invited to China, a supposed request at this point that he's expected to fulfill early next year.
Good to China. I love my relationship with President Xi. We have a great relationship. I believe after we leave South Korea, we'll be there together. We thought that would be a good place to meet. And we're going to be meeting. I'll be in Malaysia, I'll be in Japan, I'll be in a couple of others. We'll be sort of doing a little bit of a tour. I've been invited to go to China, and I'll be doing that sometime fairly early next year.
Now, this could be a signal of possible diplomatic thaw after months of renewed trade friction, or another claim that needs a fact check. The more important meeting in this regard is the one scheduled in a couple of weeks in South Korea. Trump said China was respectful towards his 55% tariffs, with potential 155% tariffs announced from November 1st, unless a deal is made. Interestingly, Trump has not yet outlined his plan of negotiating with China, saying he'll see what to do.
I think China's been very respectful of us. They're paying tremendous amounts of money to us as in the form of tariffs. As you know, they're paying 55%. That's a lot of money. They never were paying anything over years and years and years. But they were like anybody else. A lot of countries took advantage of the U.S. They're not taking advantage anymore. No, China's paying 55% and a potential 155% come November 1st, unless we make a deal. And I'm meeting with President Xi. We have a very good relationship. We're going to be meeting in South Korea in a couple of weeks, and we'll see what we can do.
Trump warned China not to play the rare earth game and hinted that Washington could hit back hard if Beijing continues export restrictions. He also threatened China with more restrictions, specifically targeting airplane parts mostly supplied by Boeing.
Now, we'll see what happens. I said, if we don't make a deal, I'm putting on an additional 100% on November 1st. I think we'll make a deal. They threatened us with rare earths, and I threatened them with tariffs, but I could also threaten them with many other things, like airplanes. You know about airplanes, because they can't get parts for their airplanes. We build their airplanes. We do a great job. They're largely Boeings. And we could stop the parts. We did stop the parts, actually, when they did the initial threat. That's a big, they closed down over 400 of their airplanes. But we don't want to do that. But we have a much simpler thing. If we don't make a deal, we'll charge them a very substantial tariff. And they'll be paying us hundreds of billions of dollars a year, which they're basically paying right now.
The comments came during talks with Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese at the White House, where the two leaders signed a major deal on rare earths and critical minerals sectors where China holds dominant global control. Under the new US-Australia Pact, both countries will channel around $8.5 billion into mining and processing projects. And this comes as China tightens its grip on rare earth exports, a move that has rattled global supply chains. Exports of rare earth magnets fell 6.1% month-on-month in September, with shipments to the US plunging nearly 29%. Beijing has applied stricter licensing and widened export controls targeting defense and semiconductor sectors, prompting warnings of fresh supply disruptions. At the same time, China's GDP growth slowed to 4.8% in the third quarter, its weakest in a year, weighed down by property market stress and renewed trade tensions. China has replaced its top WTO trade negotiator, Li Chenggang, days after US Treasury Secretary Bessent accused him of unhinged diplomacy. Both sides are now preparing for a Trump-Xi meeting in South Korea later this month, with officials meeting in Malaysia this week to prevent escalation. Analysts say even as talks resume, rare earths and critical minerals have become the new front line in the US-China face-off.